Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by today. So as you can see in front of you, we're going to be talking about rosettes and the different options that you can create with these fancy fold rosettes from Anna Griffin. So this is the original embossing folder that I used for these particular rosettes, and I'll get into more of that later. I had a sale the other day and these were a huge hit. And so I was trying to figure out some different options that we can use these rosettes for by just simply manipulating the folder, the way they're run through the machine and things like that. So last night I was trying to figure out how to do that because you guys, this last sale I made about 200 of these rosettes. And if there's a way that you guys can put them together yourselves and I could just provide the strips for you, I am perfectly happy to do that for you. So anyways, I'm going to show you what I came up with. So this is normally how they come out once they're put together. All right, so that all starts with this embossing folder. You take your strip of paper. Now this is about 2 inches wide. You can cut it down to whatever size strip that you want depending on how large or how small you want your rosette to be. So I normally cut my strips down before I emboss them. It's just easier that way. But if you want a larger rosette, you can put your strip in, take up the 2 inches, but you will have to do more than one because one full-size rosette is not going to make a whole rosette. You're going to need a couple more, at least one more, in order to make a full rosette that is 2 inches wide when you start. Okay, so just keep that in mind. So when I run it through, it comes out like this. Okay, so this is one strip, and once I fold it, then it shrinks down to this size. Okay, and it gets even smaller once you put it together. So this is how it starts out, and then this is what you end up with. Now you can put whatever center you want on it. Normally I just put a round center that's matching the paper, and then you guys can put whatever you want on it. You could put hearts and stars on it. This is a gold glitter one that I put on this one. This one is a larger one. When I put them side by side, you can tell that there's a difference in the sizes. Okay, and then this one here, I used more glitter paper, did like a sunburst, and then I put this faceted heart gem in the center, and it looks really pretty. The gold ones here, this is the Michael's Recollection paper. This paper works really, really well with this embossing folder. I'm really impressed with it. It really keeps itself together. It doesn't crack or anything. So this is a good paper to use to make these rosettes. Now, sometimes when I run this through the machine, the paper tends to shift sometimes, and then you've kind of wasted a whole strip here because it cuts off some of the point here. And when that happens, you don't have that nice point. It's squared off. As you can see, it's squared off. And then you can run into this problem here too. If your paper is too short, it will not join. So I was just playing around with this one just to see what it would look like if I inked up the edges. So that's another option you can do if you like that look. You could put stickles around it or just use regular ink and ink the edges if you want a different look. Okay, and then if you want to do a smaller rosette, sometimes what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to cut some of this strip off. Like I cut some of this strip off to make a smaller rosette. And when you do that, your folds tend to be a little bit nicer. If you don't cut it, then they're a little tighter if that's the look that you're going for. Because when you compare the two, this is spread really far apart and these ones are really tight together. So it all depends on the look that you're going for. All right. Okay, and then this one here, this one is a totally different fold. This one I manipulated the paper in the embossing folder, and this is a totally different look that I got. So this is the one that I normally would send you guys. Now, if you can see, this part right here runs straight across to the center. Here's a better look at it here. It runs straight across to the center, right? This one dips down. Okay, so you can see it goes down inside there. And then this is the back side of it, so you can see a little bit better how deep that is. Right here, all this space here, and then it goes up here. This is good for if you want to add your foam adhesive. You have that piece right here so that you don't have to layer it up too much. This is already up for you, so you just have to put one layer on and stick it to your project. So with this, this is some really large bead caps that I had. I purchased them a long time ago. They were a lot larger than I was expecting, so I didn't know what to use them for. So this is a really a good project for this. Just stick it down in that well, and then I added a pearl bead to it. You could put a doily behind it, dress it up a little bit. You know, I really love the way this came out, and I will show you how I did that. So I ran the paper through the embossing machine. So put it in this way, open it up, turned it over, and then ran it through again. So this is how that looks. And then when you fold it, this is how it looks. And it's a really pretty effect. Now when you do this, you notice that it is flat right here. It's flat across the top. Okay, remember this is about 2 inches wide, maybe a little less. So if you do it on a smaller piece of paper, it comes out looking like this. And when I do the accordion fold on it, you can see it has a point right here. That's a point, and this one is flat right here. So you can see the difference, and I'll show you that difference in a minute. So that's what you get when you, oh, and this is what it looks like, if you can see. Let me show you the difference. Okay. Now when you emboss it on the other side, maybe you can see it better on this side, I'm not sure. Anyways, so this is really tight here. This comes to a point right here, and this is wide open right here. That's what I'm trying to show you guys. And then this one, it's just on one side. Okay, so you can put whatever center you want on it, like I said. I'll show you those. The different sizes. All right. Okay, so I was trying to figure out last night how I could do things differently using these rosettes. And I wanted to create a memory dex card, so I came up with this. And what I did was I just took the regular strip that looks like this. I just took this one and I scrunched it up together, and then I just went like that. So that's how I got that. Now if you wanted to, you could layer these up. You can layer them up if that's the look that you want to go for. Okay, so that's how I created this look right here. All right, and then I was playing around some more. I was like, I knew I wanted to put a swan there, so I have this swan die and I cut it out and I put it there, and I liked the way it was looking, so I decided to keep going in that direction, and I created this, and I just love the way it turned out. It is so beautiful. Let me move these to the side or back. So I used the garden party paper. I didn't want the background to be too busy, so I used a black and white plaid one that has a toile on the back. And starting from the bottom, I inked up the edges with some pink ink. And then I added these, after I added this pink rosette here, I added this pom-pom trim to the bottom in the mint green color. And then I added these pearls on the bottom because it needed something over here. So I added these flat back pearls. They're like the AB finish, and the camera's not doing it any justice, but I love the way it looks. And on top of the rosette, I added these tiny, teeny, tiny gems just to give it some sparkle. And I also had this die from Alina Cuddle, and I cut it out in some gold glitter cardstock to create a spray that's coming out from behind the swan. I added the swan, and I also added some Wink of Stella to it. I added this bow from the Garden Party collection, and I added this little gem flower. It's so tiny, you guys can't see it, but you can't see the shape of it, but it's a flower. I added more flowers here, This one here has some diamond dust on it, but I know you can't see it. It's too bright in here, but there is diamond dust on it. There's another flower back there. This heart is from Tina Marie, who is Mrs. Evali. She hand stitched this heart. And let me tell you guys, it is perfection because I can't even see her stitches, but I know she made this by hand. She gave this to me for my birthday last year in a surprise birthday rack. And I finally get to use it. So then I added another flower here and then some ephemera pieces that this one says love. And then there's a gold and green leaf back there and then some of these gold fabric leaves. So this is what I created using, where is it? Using just a strip from the embossing folder. Okay. And then what I did was I created this bag topper. I made a bag topper using the same technique. The only thing is it's smaller, and what I did was I created a bag topper base and then I added some of that Hobby Lobby foam, the 5mm foam back there, as you can see. I added it back there. And then I put some foam adhesive on top of that to stick it down. I added some of the chipboard pieces from the Garden Party collection and ephemera. This dangle is from Geneva, from the last swap that we did together. This is a garment pin. She added some beads to it and a tassel, and then she also made this flower dangle and I just added it to it. And then I took some of the pom-poms from the Maggie Holmes Carousel collection and I just put them in every other slot. And then I added some rosettes, a pink and a mint green one. I have some embossed paper, and then I added some of these sequins to it, and that's what you have. So these are just some of the options that you can use with this embossing folder. You can do different things with it. You can manipulate it in different ways. And I just think that it's a really fun tool to use. And I would love to see what you guys would come up with using this technique. So if you guys want, since I have the embossing folder, if you want to try any of this, just let me know. I could cut some strips up for you and you guys can have at it and have fun and try new things. And if you decide to do that, please make sure that you tag me so that I can see what you created. I would love to see what you guys come up with because this is the most creative community out there. This crafting community, you guys are amazing. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. If you want to try this, I would love for you to tag me and let me know what you think. I'd love to see what you come up with. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell if you want to be notified when I post new videos, okay? So thank you so much for watching. Again, you guys have a fabulous day, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.